With our DVD, we wanted to do a lot more than just one show. We wanted to kind of capture different places, different crowds, just from all over the world.
We decided to recreate our past by starting at the beginning, the type of shows we played way back when Frail Words Collapse came out, and then moving on from there to eventually where we are now.
There were clearly different stages of the band, and during the Frail Words Collapse era and before that, a lot of the shows that we were playing were in small like VFW halls or like churches or just very, very small low-budget clubs.
Tonight we're playing all of Frail Words Collapse at Seacoast Community Church in Encinitas.
Walking in, setting stuff up, you know, just dealing with the sound and everything. It's kind of like, oh, I remember this.
My old band used to practice here at Seacoast Church.
When we were called Life Once Lost, we practiced pretty often at Seacoast Community Church.
And I guess As the Dying practiced here a couple times as well, and that's the part I forgot.
We practiced in one of those rooms over there 6 years ago, maybe. I don't know, it was a long time ago.
Now that I'm in this mindset of going back and recreating these early events, I don't view this stage as so small with that mindset, but I think if we were in the middle of a tour and we walked into a venue with the stage this small, we might kind of freak out. I think it's all about perspective and mindset. You know, it's very easy for me to go back and remember what it was like when we first started.
You know, definitely taking me back to when I've done that before, but it's going to be different, I'm sure, because who knows how insane the audience will go. I don't know.
I'm not sure how many people they're going to try to squeeze in there, but yeah, it's going to be a mess.
I don't mind if I get ran into or if someone bumps into something. Like that's the whole point of the show, you know. I want it to be out of control. Matt, our guitar tech, Mike, our drum tech, and Day, our former guitar and drum tech, all have cameras.
Put a camera in my hand, then a pit, put two and two together, and it's just chaos.
Who knows what those guys are going to be videotaping? Can only pray.
Because no one really gets to stand on the side of the stage and see what the band is up to, so hopefully they don't blow it and the footage looks good.
Check, 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 check. HD is the way up. How's everybody doing? Check, check. All right, you guys probably already know, but you're all being filmed, so go crazy with me. We're playing all the songs from our CD, Frail Words Collapse. This song is called Falling Upon Deaf Ears. Bang your head with me! As you walk over grass, yes, it's death. I've got that shit in me. I got back up with time. You back. Look up. Thanks so much.
We're playing a lot of songs that we don't usually play off Railroads Collapse.
At one point, we played them all live, but for some of them, it's been they've been in storage for about 5 years or so.
One of them being 1,000 Steps.
If I mess up, I'm just gonna start moshing. I'm just gonna jump in the pit and start marching.
When I first joined the band, that was one of the songs that I used to get really stoked on playing.
Playing some of these songs, I'm like, man, I remember when this song was actually like kind of hard, or when, you know, this was like my favorite song to play, but we've just progressed so far.
We've played the beginning only like twice in the past 5 years. That's Brian Slagle from Metal Blade's favorite song off Railroads Collapse.
Well, my favorite song is probably Forever. I mean, it's a phenomenal song. But the beginning, I love that song, and they never play it. So I was going, why do you ever play that song? It's a great song.
Let's go. Sorry about that. This one is called Forever. Let's see an old school circle pit. Here we go. It has perfect breath. My life is on me. All I know is what is over. Take it back. With no prison, I am God for dead. You're not dead. What's unfair? Forever, you're in. We're on the ground.
When I walked into the venue today, I see this like, you know, decent-sized American flag hanging behind my drums. Instantly, I got stoked, of course. The reason I got stoked was on our headline tour in 2005, I think, I did a drum solo, and part of the drum solo was a banner pull into a ginormous American flag. So today when I walked in there, I was like, reason to do a drum solo, but since it's a smaller American flag, I have to do a smaller drum solo. I think it'll probably be about 5 seconds maybe, and that'll be it.
It wasn't that good though. It crinkled up like this and I had to like ruffle it down. It worked.
One of my pride and joy moments from the roadie cam was Josh just playing and I somehow got the camera right up underneath him on the frets and he was just shredding. I haven't seen the tape, so I don't know if he was looking at it, but I got in there.
I used mine, kinda.
I think for the majority of his roadie cam stuff, like he either just put it down or gave it to somebody else. Like he probably got some sweet stuff, but not nearly as much sweet stuff as I got. I think I have an artistic eye.
I had Drew and I had Ricky kind of doing more of the camera work for me. I was like, here.
I'm not even like a camera guy. He's just like, hey, record something. So I recorded Jordan.
I looked over and I see like behind Josh's bass cabs, there's Ricky, and he's like got a freaking goofy face. I started laughing and then I messed up.
I was just running through the pit and then some dude grabbed me by the leg. All right, that's cool. This is a good shot. And then he threw me on top of everybody else. And then I was just like, well, might as well float around. And I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta get this. I'm like,
you see this white flash go by, and you can see the screen of the camera up in the air, and then all of a sudden, boom, gone. Like, eaten up by the crowd. It was great.
That was it. I didn't even watch any of the rest of the band or anything. I was myself. It was all about me right then and there. For sure. Screw you guys. It was my time.
I saw Mike jump, though. I saw Matt set it up and Mike, like, spring off of him, and that's kind of sweet.
That's teamwork, huh? It was good. That's teamwork. Yeah.
The show was mosherific. That's all I care about. Kids were marsh potting.
I was a little nervous at first because it's been so long since we played a show like this. It's like this flashbacks of when the crowds used to like just stand there with their arms folded and stare at us, you know. So I like, for some reason I associated that with the show at first, and then as soon as we got on stage, everybody went nuts.
There were like 3 kids who were directly in front of me who were just absolutely stoked, headbanging and pumping their fists. Just like, all right, this rules. Like, I'm playing for you guys.
I don't think you put it all into one sentence. It's the best show ever. I don't think you can really describe that show.
Yeah, dude, they keep getting better and better, dude. Especially
Small
when it's a small
crowd.
show like this, man.
Back to their roots, you know. It's just they're playing small venues, they're getting close to their fans again. It was really rewarding. It was sick, man.
It makes me feel so warm and sweaty inside.
When you go to most shows, it's basically just a bunch of songs jumbled from a bunch of CDs, but seeing, in my opinion, their best album all the way through is just amazing.
As the band has progressed over the years, we've been playing bigger and bigger places.
You know, we go on tour as a headliner, we'd play bar-type venues right after Shadows of Security came out.
Right now, we're at the Jumping Turtle in San Marcos.
We all live no more than 15 minutes away from here.
The Jumping Turtle is kind of the local spot for us, you know, especially seeing a lot of like underground bands.
We kind of threw it out like, dude, we've got to play the Jumping Turtle. That'd be sick. And we're just like, ha ha ha, yeah. And now we're really playing here, so it's awesome.
This wasn't necessarily a venue that we played previously. It's our first time at this venue, but it was around the same size, it had the same vibe as a lot of venues that we played in the Shadows of Security era.
I've definitely seen a lot of sweet bands here, and maybe not any sellout crowds, though, so I'm kind of nervous to see what's going to happen tonight.
We have, like, literally no production.
No lighting, straight up 1965 par cans, so it's going to be cool to feel that DIY vibe.
It's just us and the kids, and high fives and knuckles and what's ups, you know, that are like this far away.
You can't even move on stage. No one can like cross back and forth.
It can be a little frustrating trying to fit gear that's supposed to fit in a larger venue in a smaller venue. It can be a little frustrating.
This is probably top 5 smallest shows I've ever played with As I Lay Dying, so it's actually might be the top 2.
Some of my favorite shows that I've ever been to and played are in places like this.
Because this is what we all, loved when we first started, and why we wanted to be in bands is playing shows like this.
A 200 capacity kind of room where 300 people stuffed in there is way, way cooler than going to see somebody in a big open theater and only having like 500 people there, you know. So this is you know, this is like where my heart's at.
Energy's going to be high, I think, and a lot of our friends' bands are playing, so it's going to be awesome.
I'm excited to see our fans go crazy, but I'm also excited to see a couple of our good friends go nuts. It's going to be pretty funny.
Hopefully, you know, God willing, no one will get hurt or anything, but we're expecting everyone to, you know, at least set it off a little bit. So just let's everyone, you know, say a quick prayer for the Jumping Turtle tonight, because who knows what's going to happen.
All right, I hope everybody's ready. As soon as this song starts, I need everybody to move with me. Here we go. Let's move! Yeah!
Never played Shadows of Security as a whole, like during a show.
There are two songs we're playing off Shadows that we've never played before, Truth of My Perception and Morning Waits. To be honest, I never thought we would ever play these songs.
Losing Sight we've only played once before, and that was for Brian Slagle last year.
I had to actually sit in my car and listen to our own album, like kind of whispering the lyrics along with the CD to make sure I remembered the lyrics to some of these songs.
It's kind of funny and kind of embarrassing showing up to practice and relearning our own songs and like asking each other what the parts were.
You're just like, oh wait, what part goes next? Like, it's weird. You got to dig in the back of your brain to find those songs and remember how to play those songs, but it should be good. It might be a little sloppy, so I apologize.
Tonight is very, very special because we're playing the entire album, Shadows Are Security, from start to finish. And of course, it's also a very, very special night because it gives us a chance to represent the hometown that we love. If there's any metalheads out there, let me see you! This one's called The Darkest Nights.
I thought it was appropriate to have Chad come up and do vocals with me on Illusions. It's actually something he's done before. Pretty much whenever we play on tour and Chad's around, we try to have him come out and do that song with us.
This was probably the most intimate club show in San Diego I've ever done. It was cool to really get in kids' faces.
Let's just do 10 nights at the Jumping Turtle next year. Just in a row, 10 nights in a row.
I did a couple shout-outs for Hometown Pride, and they definitely represented the hometown very well and very loudly.
Please let everybody know across the world, wherever they're watching this DVD, let them know what San Diego is all about. Let me hear you!
Even though this crowd was about 300 people, I would say that they were as loud as a lot of crowds we played for 1,200.
I love them. I've seen them out in Boston before I grew up. They were sick out there on Sounds Underground. Now it's cool to see them on the opposite end of the coast, you know what I mean?
Represent Escondido and San Marcos, as LA dying forever. I don't know how to describe how great that was.
Dude, the best experience I've ever had in my life.
You can be there with them, man. You feel their energy. You just, I mean, dude, they inspire so many people. It's great.
I've always hated this kind of music. It just kind of distorted my ears. Tonight changed me. Made me a new man as I lay dying. All right.
As I lay dying. What else can I say?
Tonight, we are filming our performance at the Grove in Anaheim, and we thought Anaheim would be a cool location because it's kind of in Southern California where I think we have some of our most diehard fans.
As you can see, 1,700 capacity, sold out crowd.
We would never expect shows like this to sell out with this many people, you know, it's insane, it's crazy. So I think this show represents what we've been doing this album cycle and just, you know, how all of those support tours and festival tours that we did previously to this record really brought the band to this point.
It'll be cool to play An Ocean Between Us, the songs that we feel like stand out the most, and see the crowd singing along, you know, some of those epic choruses that hopefully will be as epic as they are in my head.
We're kind of mixing it up tonight as opposed to Jumping Turtle, which was all Shadows or Security, and Seacoast, which was all Frail Words Collapse.
After the first two shows, we can kind of tie it together with our new stuff and some of those same songs, but performed in front of the audience that hears it nowadays instead of, you know, the old school 250, 300 crowd.
One of those things that I loved about playing those small shows was I've only got this much space, so all my moves and stuff look that more intense and kids were getting into it. But now it's more of a concert show type thing, and we have our lighting rigs and stuff. Now we have to run back and forth and try and move big enough to get the people who are standing back here, you know, towards the back, to feel the live energy that we're trying to exude.
It'll be fun to move around and climb on stuff, you know, and I guess in the small venues you can climb on stuff, but it's not nearly as epic. So this is more of a show, a presentation.
When there's lights and stuff, and a crucial mosh part comes in, and there's strobes and stuff, people turn into animals.
The crowd will definitely be a big part of just the energy going on in the venue, but we'll have more lights, we'll have more production, the whole shebang.
We have a different banner for every album. One of our albums we have more than one banner to represent that album, so there's going to be quite a lot going on visually besides us just rocking out and the crowd going nuts.
See these things right here, these really cool things? These guys are headlining this big sold-out show tonight, right? DVD shoot. Who's hanging these up? Him and him. They're not just walking on stage, they're actually putting this whole thing together.
Hey Brian, go take a look at our banner. You see our banner?
I saw the banner. The guys from Spinal Tap said awesome.
We ran out of alligator clips, right? So we couldn't put up the big banners like all of these. So we had to opt for this banner right here. This is our banner for the show. So we used to have enough alligator clips, so we're just screw it, let's just put that one up.
It was originally designed for the Jumping Turtle show. We're playing the song Meaning and Tragedy, and we thought it kind of sums up the entire DVD shoot and set for us.
I don't own this thing, but this is what's called a steamer to get the wrinkles out of all of our stage scrims. I figured since it's the DVD shoot, I might as well make sure we have wrinkle-free backdrops for the show.
It comes from the heart and the sweat and the tears.
We're trying to keep it, like local show, but also a mix of like the, arena atmosphere by having the risers and the stairs on the stage.
Things all over the stage for us to climb on, and I think if this show is not entertaining, then we're just a boring band, so we better do our best.
From it, Ocean Between Us has been out over a year now. And hopefully some of you know the words. This is the title track. I want to see a circle pit out there. Here we go. Cool. Thank you so much.
We've gone out and we've done a lot of tours and had a lot of great times, but we never, ever would have been able to do that without the help of all of you here. Thank you so much. And as we've grown, we've become more and more humbled. Right now, I'm more humbled than ever that all of you are here and you're making this DVD an amazing experience with us. Here's one from the new CD called Within Destruction. write the darkest song. For without forgiveness, my soul is lost. Yeah, that is all. Let the destruction come from here. Everybody move with me, here we go! For I am fallen, and there is nothing here, and there is an heart, and here the Lord, I will live on to see. For without forgiveness, without forgiveness, I don't know. All that is up within destruction. 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 Yeah, that is up. All that is wrong. Yeah, that is all. All that is wrong. broken dreams that left for dead. Everything controlled.
to chase the dreams that never turn my head, I will never forget you. You are the one we left behind. You are the force again. I will never turn my head. I will never forget you. You are the one we left behind. You are the force again. Thank you so much. All right, all the way to the back. How's everybody doing back there? This one's called Distance is Darkness. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Guys, I don't know if you know, but aside from this being our DVD shoot, it also happens to be Tim's birthday. Could you guys please join me in a song? Josh, you want to lead it? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tim. Happy birthday to you.
Way to come there and grab the reins with happy birthday. I didn't want to start it.
It's cool. We'll have to get some autos here now for when Josh saying happy birthday.
Dude, sorry to put you on the spot. I just felt like I was not obligated.
Where's my reference pitch?
That was tasteful, plus I did it to you. Yeah. I waited until it was like completely over.
Yeah, no, that was cool. I appreciate that. That was cool.
After Confined, that was supposed to be it. We were out. I was like throwing out all my picks. I was just like, all right, later.
Of course, this is a night we'll never forget. Thank you.
Joey B didn't put the house music on, and kids were still wanting some more, so.
1,000 Steps Encore. 1,000 Steps Encore. I'm calling it. Where's the house? In there watching. What should we do? Where's Joey?
We might as well do it. We're not doing another one, right? You guys want to do Elegy? Let's just do it.
Do it. Hey, I guess so. Somebody hold on to this for me. Here, Josh, give it to me.
You guys want to make out? Let's do it. What do you think?
Let's do this!
We're going to play an old one to satisfy all these old fans, everybody who stuck around. This one is called Elegy.
Just like, okay, let's do it. Let's just play Elegy. And we ran over there and like Matt started packing up my guitars already. I didn't even have a pick. I was like, does anybody have a pick? I threw all of mine out.
It felt really good. Got really winded. It was tough figuring out what to do because the past 2 shows have been so like small. It had no production.
I think we did all right. I got
think
a
we did
side
all
stitch
right.
for about 3 songs and I could barely move.
That was the most I've ever gone on the set carts and risers and everything.
Yeah, me too. Dude, it was perfect if you could just go running at like an angle and go right up the set cart. It was like perfect.
Yeah.
Please say you caught my 10 feet of air I got off the set cart, please. I jumped like as high as I could off of the set cart, like into the air, and then landed on the stage, and it was pretty sweet. I think Matt got it.
All those guys who have like the roadie cams have been getting some pretty carouche footage of just what goes on in the crowd while we play.
I hope I did a good job. It was like kind of a conflict of interest in the way that like I just wanted to film and watch the show, but at the same time, if I was filming Josh, I still had to be like looking at Nick to make sure he's not giving me subtle signs to like turn up his guitar or whatever.
I'm kind of stressed when I'm working because I'm trying to watch too many things, and like with holding a camera, I'm kind of like I can't do both, and I feel like I need to put this aside so I can focus.
I just wish I would have just taped it to my head and you could see everything I do, but that would have been really uncomfortable and kind of counterproductive for my work. Am I gonna get credit on the DVD as an extra filmer? I don't know what the word is. Filmographer?
Yes.
Okay, good.
That was fantastic. Almost as fantastic as this banana. I was all over. I was in the front, I was in the back. I went back to the merch booth. Joey tied my shoe for me because I had the camera, and I smacked him. And then I ran back into the pit. The security guards are cool though. I'm like, hey, push me up, push me up. They're like, all right. Right up on top of everybody. I lost some hair. Pit. I got ripped out for sure.
Just a nice big clump of hair on the floor. Well, there's one there, there's one over there, and there's a really gigantic one over there. That's disturbing. I guess it's a sign of a good metal show.
Metal show, I'm telling you.
But yeah, take a look. Gigantic clumps of hair.
I'm gonna save it.
We'll put it in a glass cage. We should get the clumps of hair and give it away as part of the DVD, the special edition.
That's got to be a wig.
Well, yeah, there's a wig over there.
Look at how many kids are probably outside with one shoe.
Yeah, with those shoes. Well, that's normal. Shoes, hats, socks. I'm confused about the socks. I get the shoes, but why the socks?
Whatever they can throw.
I thought it was awesome. Great show, great crowd, tons of great energy on stage. Everything went really well, so I could not be happier.
There we go.
As long as the cameras didn't run out of tape or somebody forgot to press record on the button back there to record the audio. If none of that happened, then we're all good.
I was half just thinking about how proud I was of these guys the whole show, and then half just rocking out.
Overall, I give it a 97.6 out of 100.
The show was incredible. It really was. One of the best shows I've ever seen this band play.
I really, truly, I believe it was the best show I've ever been to. The guys just were awesome tonight, all of them. They played so well, and they were just so polished out there. So I just am so appreciative to be able to be here tonight to see them.
I think everybody that was here tonight is going to remember this show forever. So I know the band will, and I definitely will.
I thought Tim was really especially good tonight.
Oh, yeah. Wait till the other guys come out, and then he's going to say that to them.
By the way, you know, nobody would let me say happy birthday to you all day until now. You have any air power?
Oh, yeah, I got some air power.
Go for it. Everybody already sang.
Everybody sang.
We can do it again, but it won't be as cool as 1,800 people singing it.
Happy birthday, Tim.
Happy birthday to Tim.
Happy birthday. Hey, happy birthday still. Hopefully you get this.
Happy birthday to Tim.
Hey,
Best part of the show, Tim gave me some of his birthday cake. That's the nicest thing ever, dude.
Tim Levis is rules! Yes, my dying!
I came here for the sole purpose of getting on this DVD, dude. This is honestly probably my 12th or 13th As I Lay Dying show. Guaranteed I'll be on that stage, dude. You guys will catch me, man. I told you I'd be on there, man. If you saw that DVD and you saw tonight's show and you still think As I Lay Dying's not the best live show ever, yeah, best live show ever.
As I Lay Dying, the best band ever, #1, baby. Always.
Playing these big shows here in our hometown got us used to big crowds. And San Diego and Southern California is definitely where things first took off. But once we had everything figured out, we knew how to put on a big show. We tried to take that all over the world, as many places as we could.
It seems like every year, for the most part, As I Lay Dying has played Cornerstone.
It was the first big show we ever played on tour. And they've been huge supporters of us, both as a festival, the promoters, and the fans. So we always want to make sure to go back and make sure that our original fan base knows how much we appreciate them.
Just going to Cornerstone as a kid and just seeing the main stage and just thinking to myself, like, these bands are ginormous. They have absolutely made it. They're playing main stage.
Whoa, it's so crazy. Like, POD's headlining this, Switchfoot's playing. Like, it'd be crazy if we did main stage someday.
This last summer we headlined the thing. Absolutely insane. Like, headlined the last day, we were the last band. It's just incredible.
My old band played a Generator stage at Cornerstone and then also another stage another year, so it's kind of a cool experience to play the main stage.
The biggest stage you could possibly play on Cornerstone is the main stage, and the smallest stage you could possibly play is the Generator stage.
This came unplugged. Is anybody back there with the generator?
And so in 2001, we played the Generator stage, and we were rolling around in the dirt. And in 2008, we were headlining the whole thing on the main stage, so it's crazy to think. We played pretty much not only those two stages, but every stage in between.
Everybody move!
The band has had the opportunity to play to more people than I've ever seen in my life ever.
Playing outdoor festivals in the States, you have Warped Tour, you have Sounds of the Underground, Ozfest. Those are the traveling outdoor summer tours, whereas you go to Europe and you have just a 3-day festival in this one city. There are so many people, and generally we'll do a lot of the metal festivals.
We always would hear rumors about how sweet these festivals were, and then until you actually experience it when it's impossible to understand it.
You see those pictures of bands like from the back, and there's just like an endless sea of people, and I'm like, oh, I know how they do those photos. They play a festival. It like gives me goosebumps sometimes, because I'm like, I can't believe I'm about to play for this many people. And
some of the most memorable ones for me being Wacken in Germany, With Full Force in Germany.
Rock am Ring, Rock am Park. It's definitely mind-blowing after we played these last couple of shows, you know, the Jumping Turtles show and the Seacoast show, to think about playing shows like Loud Park, Wacken, or With Full Force, ranging from 35,000 to 65, 70,000 people watching the band. It was just like an eye-opening experience and definitely a humbling experience.
So the first time we were in Germany, we played for what I like to think was around 500 people.
And that was huge to us back then. We're like, why are we playing these gigantic clubs?
We had never been there before. We didn't know what to expect. And the first time there, it was like 500 kids each show.
And that was the first experience I had going to a different part of the world and having people hear about what we've been doing and be into it. That like melted my mind. I was like, whoa, this is so legit.
Every time we go back, you know, more kids would come to the show, and we just started doing, you know, a couple support tours, a couple headline tours.
And then this most recent time we were in Germany playing at Wacken Festival, there was nearly 80,000 people.
I'm like, I can't believe like these people I don't even speak, you know, similar languages with dig our band. And even if they don't like our band, they know who we are.
There's clearly been a progression, you know, from those early shows we played, 5, sometimes 50 people on a good night, to playing for 80,000 people at some festivals. And I think that without that progression and playing all the little places in between, we wouldn't appreciate things the way that we appreciate them now.
just getting started. This is where it begins. Circle pit, let's go. Lord, faithful, God. Lord, Martyr, Lord. Everybody off your feet!
Thank you so much.
What is love without?